What's going on YouTube? JT is born here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're talking about Absolute Batman, issue number 11. This one's written by Scott Snyder with artwork by Clay Mann, and this tells the origin story of Bane in this universe. And, yep, we definitely needed that ass shot right at the beginning. And, yeah, so it tells Bane's background from Santa Prisca prison. He was basically a child who was pretty much just spent his entire life in a prison, which basically, like, hardened his strength. It was him and his father. They talk about, like, some bird symbol of hope or whatever, and they form a bit of an uprising, and eventually Bane makes his way out of there. He comes across some dude in a white hat who has a white offer, like a white hat, and has an offer for him. Bane initially seems to kind of refuse, but then Bane hugs his father and just straight up, like, kills him in the process for reasons. And this is all against the backdrop of, like, him getting his strength and getting upgrades, and now the Venom makes him extremely intelligent and all that stuff. He has more control over his muscle fibers and everything. And now is the big rematch between Batman and Bane. And Bane is just almost too ridiculously OP in this thing. Like, he shouldn't even really be a Batman villain at this point. He should just be a Superman villain, because they've made everything, like, despite how absolute, like, much of an absolute unit Absolute Batman is, Absolute Bane, it just, you can't even affect this guy. This, like, explosions don't phase him. You could fire a straight up bazooka at this guy and it'll probably bounce off his, like, massive biceps. And he just, at one point, you know, Batman's giving it his all to try and fight this guy, but Bane just rips his arms off. That's right, Batman gets his fucking arms ripped off, his head gets smashed in. He should be deader than shit in this comic book, but I guess they're getting ready to kind of build him back up into, like, Cyborg Batman. I don't know. Like, this has gone so far off the rails with this whole Bane arc. I mean, there is nothing really left of Batman. He's basically going to turn into, like, Darth Vader at this point. He's going to be basically, like, he's going to Cyborg Batman. Like, he's barely even human at this point, with all the enhancements they're giving to him. And I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Bane right here, if this is Batman now injected in this Venom stuff at the end or whatnot, but the end of the issue shows, I think that's supposed to be Bane, or is that Batman going after, like, his friends and all that there to try and break him some more? I don't exactly know what's going on with the kind of the ending of this thing. Maybe somebody else can kind of distinguish it for me. But yeah, Bane just beat Batman so damn badly to the point where there's pretty much seems to be, like, nothing left of him, and they're gonna, like, experiment on him some more. This is just torture at this point. I don't know. This is the issue where I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying some of the excessiveness of it, but we have gone so far, like, off the deep end to, like, the extreme stuff, that it's like, there's basically nothing left of this guy at this point. I'm like, how are you going to, like, drag this thing on for another 20 plus issues? I mean, he's barely even, like, human left. And that was kind of things that I liked about Batman. He was a human doing this stuff, but with all these enhancements and stuff that he's going to have to get with that, like, it feels we're basically Cyborg Batman. Like, this, they should change the title of it from Absolute to, like, Cyborg Batman at this point, because he seems to have all these, like, enhancements and all that kind of going into him. Looks like they're putting Venom into him as well. So, and Bane kind of has this thing back home, it seems. I don't know. I was a little confused by some of the stuff happening at the end of the issue. But it looks like this is the new, like, take on Batman right here. He's got the Venom in him, and he's going to go after his friends and all that to try and have Bane break him or something. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little bit more clarified by the end of it. But yeah, Batman gets the shit beaten out of him again. And after a while, it's like, why is even Absolute Bane one of his villains at this point? The guy is so ridiculously OP and strong. Like, how do you even fight this guy at this point? You need to become, like, Cyborg, Super Mecha Batman or something. Just build a giant robot and smash this guy, because, like, Bane is just almost too OP to face off against at this point. Like, Batman needs Superman to fight this guy, because, like I said, he's just too OP in this Absolute comic book. So, I don't know, just seeing Batman get his arms ripped off. I mean, I've watched Batman just get his ass kicked by this guy, like, repeatedly in every single issue. After a while, it feels like it's kind of getting a little bit old. Like, okay, here's Batman's big comeback. No, it's going to continue to get worse for him. Maybe it'll just be extra satisfying when Batman probably inevitably beats him, or perhaps Batman won't win and we're gonna get stuck with, like, Cyborg Batman. I don't know. This is an Elseworlds tale. This is the Ultimate Universe equivalent, so it is going to be different. But seeing Batman just get his arms ripped off entirely and just repeatedly get the shit beaten out of him by Bane, there's got to be a satisfying conclusion to this at some point. I feel like we're pretty off the rails, and I feel like this version of Bane is just too much of a villain for Batman to fight. It's like when you're playing a video game and your character isn't upgraded enough to kind of face off against like a final boss level type character, and it just seems kind of pointless to do so until maybe, I guess, you're ready, or maybe you just need a different character to fight like this specific opponent. And I just feel like at this point they've made Bane so fucking strong that how is Batman believably going to fight this guy at this point? So that's my take on it. And, you know, part of the appeal of Batman is he is just a human, and he has to use his skills and mastery of different things to strategize against him. But they're like, oh, Bane's thought of every single thing in existence. Like, they just keep making Bane so ridiculously OP. He's incredibly, like, smart. He's thought of everything, single strategy known to man. Like, he's, like, enhanced strong, blah, 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 blah. And, I mean, they just tell us this straight up. Like, oh, he's like the smartest thing ever. He's thought of every million strategy in existence. Now, they built him up so much that, like, when you inevitably take him down, it's like, well, how did Bane not see that coming? That's where we're kind of getting to the point with this one. But I don't know. Like, this issue of Absolute Batman may have been a little bit far in some ways for me, like, because I've been enjoying this series as a whole. But some of it's just like, okay, you've made your character just so OP that if Batman beats him, it just seems impossible, I guess. I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, everybody has their own downfall at some points, but given how much they've hyped up Bane in this thing, I'm just like, how is Batman even supposed to beat this guy at this point? They've just made him so ridiculously OP. And also, how is Batman not completely dead? Like, Bane pretty much crushed his entire skull and ripped his arms off. He should just be deader than shit. Is he just coming back as RoboCop now? You know, I just thought about that. He's literally going to be turning into RoboCop, which, by the way, Peter Weller played Batman in Dark Knight Returns, like the animated films, and also a pretty nice guy. I got the chance to meet him once. So, yeah, it's going to be odd. But anyways, what did you all think of Absolute Batman issue number 11? Do you think they've gone a little bit far in some ways with Bane at this point? Should he really even be a Batman villain when his powers are this ridiculously strong? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel for all that fun stuff. I got more comic book reviews I want to get to, but we'll see if they actually pop up, because Amazon's doing this thing where it's like I pre-ordered all this stuff and it's still showing as not available. But I've had this with some comic books recently where it feels like a lot of stuff gets kind of delayed. So who knows when it'll pop up in my stuff. But hey, you know what? I look forward to talking about those when they inevitably show up. So, but anyways, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.